I'm telling you this because I just have to let someone know about it. It was the freakiest thing I'd ever seen. To begin, I have always been interested in movies about nuclear war, from 1950s till today. I ended up joining a forum about them. I won't tell you what forum. I don't want anyone to be able to find me or it. I don't want anyone else to ever see this, and especially never want to risk a child seeing it. Soon after joining, I became friends with another member. I know I won't even give you a screen name. As I said, I want to keep this from getting out. Last year, he told me he had something for me and wanted to give it to me. I have some disabilities to this point. I can't have a driver's license. I also live in an area of no public transportation. Because of this, we agreed to meet at a park near my town. When we did, he handed me a VHS tape. You read that right. 2015 was a videotape. Luckily, or maybe I should just say unluckily, I still have a late 1990s era VHS player. He told me he didn't know the story behind it, just that it was made in late 1983 or early 1984. Well, I'll get to the day after movie aired. If you don't know what this is, it's on YouTube. He also said that, oh boy, where was I? Oh, right. It involved the long-running children's TV show Sesame Street. He didn't know if it was a sick joke, if the show tried to make something for kids about nuclear war for some reason, or it was something else. He left rather quickly. I can definitely say it was far too high of quality to be bootleg. Whoever made it had to either have access to the real studio, Sesame Street, or had a lot of money to make it look exactly like the same. Anyways, I went home and decided to watch. I poured myself a beer and then went in. Turned on the TV, put the tape in the VCR. Mainly something was disturbing. The Sesame Street logo appeared and stayed on for a couple of minutes. There was no normal intro. I stopped watching around 1982. I saw it coming while my parents babysat my younger cousins. As late as 1989, so I know it had changed by then. There was no. This episode is sponsored by the letters whatsoever. Number, whatever, or the Sunny Day song. I just went to a shot of the typical street setting, and there was a flash of light and a loud boom. The next, there was a scene of cartoon human figures turning to skeletons like in the attack scene of the day after, and it went black for a few seconds. This is when things got worse. It started panning across what was normally seen. Mr. Hooper's store collapsed. That 123 building had some pieces missing. All the windows were shattered. The building was on fire. All I could hear was the wind, fires burning, occasionally a scream or a moan. When it went past some more buildings, you could see skeletons, shadows on the walls. None of the human characters, such as Bob, Maria, and Gordon, were in this episode. Only Muppets. Were they all killed? Things continued to get worse. The scene panned to an alley of a trash can laying outside. Soon Oscar the Grouch appeared across in the street, obviously in pain. He then turned to the camera. Half his face was burned. And then it cut to a cartoon. It was that 1950s black and covered one. I don't know if it was an early PSA, only shown in classrooms at the time. I didn't ask as I didn't want this getting out, but that was well before I was born. Would I have even been performing I can remember me, even my dad, none of my grandparents were alive yet? I wouldn't have asked them you anyway. Next, I went to a dark room. Outside a broken window, you could see fires burning on the side of a sobbing cane. The camera moved and Bert was in Rooney's arms, obviously dead. Bertie sobbed maybe a minute and then started hysterically bawling. Mercifully, it didn't last long. Next was another cartoon, this time a crudely drawn, unidentified city. An animated missile flew over and detonated. Never scenes of the city destroyed, including cars turning over, presses being crushed, etc. Much like the attack scene in the British 1980s nuclear war cartoon When the Wind Blows. This faded out and returned to the 123 building. The fires had mostly burned out, and now fallout was falling from the sky. The camera panned down through a basement and room below. Apparently the building had a fallout shelter, and in the room were some shelves, table with a battery, a radio lantern, giving off light, several chairs around. Sitting around the table were Cookie Monster, Harry, Barry Don, and Grover. They had a combined look of shock, fear, sadness, and confusion. None made a sound. I swear the scene lasted for around 5 minutes with no sound. Finally faded out. That's his back out on the street. Big Bird was lying in the road, moaning and asking for Mr. Snuffleupagus. The show never made it quite clear, the show in general, not this episode, if he was real or filming with Big Bird's imagination. This was bad. Some of his feathers were burned while others had fallen out. He had vomited in the street. Mr. Snuffleupagus never showed up, and the scene was mercifully short. Next was those aliens who tried to figure out what things were usually gotten wrong. The one who would say, yep, yep, ah, ah. They were out in the country when saw the mushroom cloud appear. They were saying, no, 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 not nope, nope. They got to the flying saucer and took off. The next thing he was back in the bunker. Cookie Monster went to a shelf and turned on the radio. There was at least static, and then the voice of the Frog. He sounded much more scared than I ever heard him on there, the Muppet Show, movies, or anywhere else. His voice sounded very so often would break as he was trying not to cry. He said, "This is the Sesame Street News. I don't know why my TV cameras don't work. I found an old radio and I'm using it. And it's saying the hit by a dog globe and Sesame Street has been hurt bad. No, the dog globe is a really bad ball like in a whole city. Also, really bad cold radiation that can really hurt the ocean area. I can't find anyone who knows that anymore. I'll get back when I can. Turn it off." Cookie Monster switched the radio off. The scene faded to black and the normal credits rolled with no sound whatsoever. I haven't watched this video since it says even at 42 years of age it was too disturbing. What was whoever made this game? I haven't contacted the guy who gave it to me since. I keep the tape locked in a cabinet. There's no damn way there'll be a chance Chad could see this. Don't try to contact me to ask me if you can watch it. No way. Or to ask me anything about it. For one thing, I don't know. Never, I wouldn't tell you if I did.